This interaction is between a director of marketing, Alan, and one of his product managers, Kelly. Kelly has been with the company a year and has just spearheaded the release of a new product under her category. The launch went well, but she rubbed a number of her colleagues the wrong way as a result of her driver personality. Alan has scheduled this meeting to talk with her after receiving negative feedback from his team about her style.
Thanks for being on time today. I'm really looking forward to this conversation. You know, when last we spoke, I said I wanted to speak to you about your latest product launch, as well as some of the early results we've been seeing. And I've set aside about 30 minutes for this conversation. Does that still work for your schedule?
Sure, that'd be great.
Well, you met all the milestones and deliverables on the project. The sales force seems to be well trained and motivated and ready to deliver incremental revenue. And the early feedback from customers has been excellent as well. So I wanted to say thank you for all that you did to help create those results. Good job.
Thanks, I feel really good about that.
There is one area that I'd like to focus on that I think could benefit from some additional discussion and maybe even a new mindset. And I'd like to focus our conversation on that topic today. Is that okay?
Okay.
I like to think about what we do at work as falling into two categories, the what and the how. The what are the hard deliverables and measurable results, and the how is the way we do our work and how we engage others in our projects. I have no issues with the what. My concern is with the how, and more specifically, how you're engaging others in your work. I've gotten some feedback from others, and I've even seen from myself how your behavior is sometimes overly aggressive and inappropriate. An example of this would be when you very loudly and publicly criticized Jason the other day. What's your point of view about this?
Well, it's tough to get projects in on time. I mean, given how busy everyone is and how few people we have to cover so much. I mean, I'm responsible to make sure that everything is in on time. So if I have to push or prod a little bit, the end justifies the means. And there's some people on our team that are just way too sensitive.
I think I see where we might be getting off track, because I don't think the end does justify the means. If we meet all the deliverables on a project, but we do it in such a way that disenfranchises people, that's not success. Kelly, can we agree that we need to form meaningful relationships with people in order to continue to perform as individuals and as a department?
Yes, but you have to lean on people sometimes to get things done. You see how things work around here.
I do, but I just don't see how these ideas are somehow mutually exclusive. And I'd like you and I to work on some ideas to improve in this area. Will you work with me on this?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'd like to ask you a few questions to help us create a plan. Would that be all right? So let's talk about the result that you'd like to achieve here.
Well, I would like to ensure that my next project, that I continue to meet, if not exceed, my goals that were set, but do it in a way that doesn't rub people the wrong way.
Let's see if we can get even more specific. So what would that experience look like, perhaps from their point of view?
Well, I'd like the members that I work with to think of me as a team player and reasonable, but that I have high expectations and standards.
Okay, those are great ideas. Let's talk about what opportunities you have to create this reality for yourself.
Well, I guess I could try to communicate better. I think I tend to be too terse with some people. I could also remind myself to take a few minutes to share the reasons for what I need and be open to their needs and their priorities. I guess if I'm more collaborative and I ask more questions, I can still push, but in a way that they would be willing to help. And, well, I think I could maybe make sure that I have a dialogue with my team members, as opposed to just telling them what to do.
Yeah, I like those thoughts. So what other opportunities exist?
Well, I think I can have periodic meetings with all the stakeholders so I can leverage all of our ideas and see if we can help one another to make it more of a team effort. And, well, maybe you can come to a periodic meeting and you could help identify some strategies and or resources that may help us meet our deliverables.
I like that idea. You've got my support. Any other suggestions?
Well, I'd like to hear your feedback if you hear anything from people that I've worked with as soon as possible so I can identify and resolve any ongoing or new issues.
I will, just like I'm doing now. You know, Kelly, I think you're going to find that this new approach is going to serve you very well when working with other team members and stakeholders. So let's talk about the problems that might get in the way of you executing on these opportunities.
Well, it may be a challenge for some of my peers to get over their past perceptions of me.
So what are your thoughts about how you might overcome those old perceptions?
Well, I'd like to have one-on-one meetings with each of my peers and let them know that I'm aware I may have rubbed them the wrong way when I was trying to meet my goals. And I'd also like to be more collaborative with them in the future and ask for their help and support in ongoing projects, as well as maybe ask for their feedback on my style and approach, and if they have any ideas on how to improve our teamwork.
I think you'll get lots of help and support from them. Would you like a suggestion from me?
Sure.
Well, Kelly, stress builds as deadlines approach. That's only natural. So when that happens, you could reach out to me and discuss your issues as well as your planned approach, and you might even enlist my help in resolving it. And don't get me wrong, I want you to resolve as many of these issues as you can, but as you develop this new direction, I want to be there to support you. How does that sound?
I'd like that. Thanks for offering to help.
Now let's talk about some specific actions and time frames.
Sure. Well, first off, I think I need to start making lists and